Hello and welcome. I'm so happy ready to come in today. Please get comfortable. There's some water to the right of you, or I can get you a cup of tea or hot chocolate. No, that's perfectly fine. If you change your mind, do let me know. I know that taking a step like this can be quite big. Trying to find the right person in this day and age can be overwhelming, but you've already taken the most wonderful step by just being here. I just want you to know that you're in a safe place. My only goal here is to listen, to understand, and to help find who you're looking for. There's absolutely no pressure here at all. So for the next little while, we're just gonna drift through some questions. This is just to get a sense of who you are, what you hold dear, what you're hoping to find in a partner. Think of this less like an interview and more like you're having a little chat with your friends. There's no right and wrong answers, just your thoughts and feelings. And everything that you share with me stays right here in this room. So please just relax, let go, have a deep breath, and we can begin whenever you're ready. Alright, I see that you're nicely settled in. That's good. I just have a little intake form here, go through together, nice and easy. It just helps me start to build a picture of you. First, I need a name to put on your file. And may I ask your age? Just helps narrow down the possibilities so we can connect with people who are in a similar stage of life. Thank you, that's perfect. Now this next part is all about your comfort and your privacy, which is the most important thing to us here. We have two main ways we can go about this. First option is curated network. If you're comfortable with this, a completely anonymous version of your profile, no name of identity, details of course, made visible to a handful of other clients that we think would be a wonderful match. The second option is what we call direct presentation. With this one, your profile stays completely private, and I personally select potential matches directly to you. Most of our clients prefer to start this way. It gives them complete sense, peace of mind. Which of those feels better for you? That's a wonderful choice. It keeps you completely in control. Which is the best way to start this journey? I'll just note that down in your file. Okay, now for something a little more reflective. To get us started, could you think of 3 or 4 words that you feel describes you? Call the time you need. There's no rush at all. Okay, I see. Thoughtful, creative, loyal, and a bit shy. Those are very beautiful words. They paint a picture of someone with a very rich life and dependable. Thank you for sharing that. It's a perfect place to start from. already gives me such a lovely sense of your spirit. Thank you. Now let's talk a little bit more about you. The things that fill up your world and light you up inside. So imagine you have a whole day to yourself with absolutely no obligations. What do you feel drawn to doing? Are you someone that needs to get outdoors? Maybe for a long walk, through a park, or a hike in the woods, or just sitting somewhere near water? Or do you find that you recharge best indoors, curled up with a good book, lost in a new film, or maybe just listening to music? So a bit of both, depending on your mood. That makes perfect sense. And it speaks to a really nice sense of balance. When you do stay in to watch a film, is there a certain type of story you usually go for? Comedies, dramas, something else? That's interesting. The stories we love often say so much about us. You mentioned you're creative, and I'd love to hear a bit more about that, if you feel like sharing. What does creative look like for you? Is it a hobby, like writing or painting, playing an instrument? Or is it more of a feeling of looking at the world? You don't have to be a master artist to be a creative soul. It's a wonderful quality. The one that suggests you see the world in a unique way. Is that something you'd hope to share with your partner? Or is it something you'd like to keep just for you? I see. Sharing it, but gently, without any pressure. That's a beautiful way to put it. And what about your social life? Do you see yourself as an introvert who recharges with quiet time, alone, or more of an extrovert who gets energy from being around other people? Or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Maybe a big mix of both. There's no right and wrong way, of course. Knowing this just helps me find someone who will understand and fit your natural rhythm. Introvert. I completely understand and will be sure to find someone who gets that need for quiet space, someone who knows what comfortable silence can be, just as connecting as a conversation. Lastly, for this part, let's talk about travel. Do you have a list of places you're dreaming of seeing one day? Do you feel that pull to explore new cultures? Or are you more of like a homebody? Both are so valid and tell such different stories. A little bit of both, but with a deep appreciation for home. That sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderfully grounded. Okay. This is also helpful. Thank you for being so open with me. You're painting such a clear picture for me. Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go just a little bit deeper, moving from the things you do to the core of who you are. Let's talk about the heart of it all. Let's start with how you show you care. Are you familiar with the 5 love languages? Okay. Okay. So when you think about the people you've cared for in your life, how do you naturally show it? And just as importantly, what makes you feel loved and seen? Okay. That's very clear. We'll make that a priority. Now let's touch on something every relationship has, is disagreements. That's going to happen. Imagine a small misunderstanding with a partner, just a miscommunication. What's your gut instinct? Do you feel that pull to talk straight away, or do you need some quiet time to process it? Again, neither is right or wrong. You need space first. That's such an important information. Okay, now a very important question. If you had to pick 3 core values that are absolutely non-negotiable for you and a partner, what would they be? There can be things like honesty, kindness, ambition, family, sense of humour, whatever you feel. Just take a moment. Honesty, yep. Loyalty, yep. And a shared sense of humour, yeah, wonderful. You can build a whole world on those 3 pillars. They're strong and clear. And one final thought here. Let's talk about the balance between us and me. How important is personal space for you in a relationship? Do you imagine a relationship when you and your partner do everything together, or you both come together at the end of the day? You've got a very healthy feeling that balance is key. Okay, I feel like I have such a wonderful clear sense of who you are. Thank you again. Now we get to do what I think is the most fun part. We get to dream a little and paint a picture of the person you're looking for. Think about the people you've admired in your life. What was it about them? A gentle confidence. I love how you phrased that. It isn't about being the loudest person in the room, is it? Okay, the side of that. This isn't about being negative at all. It's about honouring your own boundaries, protecting your peace. Are there any behaviours that's just not a good fit? I made a very strong note of that, okay. And how important is it that your partner shares the exact same hobbies as you? That's lovely. That's a lovely colour. And just a practical question for our day and age. How do you feel about a long distance relationship? Open to it, but not as a permanent solution. It's very reasonable. Opens up possibilities without sacrificing the end goal of being together. Thank you. This has all been so valuable. I'm gonna start putting these thoughts together for your profile, but for now let's just focus on the wonderful progress we've made today. I'm feeling very, very, very optimistic. Alright, I'm just gathering all this wonderful information now. Compiling your values and your hopes and your preferences, creating a profile that truly reflects the person I've had the pleasure of getting to know a little bit today. And there I have to say, looking at everything you shared, it paints a beautiful picture, it's compelling, and it's full of heart. You've given me so much to work with, and based on what you've told me, I can already feel some connections start to link into place. A few people are coming to mind who I feel incredibly promising. It's really quite exciting. But I never want to rush this. Good things take time and care. I'm going to spend the next day or so personally reviewing each of the potential matches, looking over everything we've talked about, from the communication styles to the sense of humour, and then I'd love to have back for a brief follow-up. Maybe in a few days, so I can present the top 2 or 3 I have in mind. How does that sound? Wonderful. You have done the hardest part, which was acknowledging you wanted something more than walking through the door today. You can leave the rest up to me now. I think we're going to find someone truly wonderful for you. Thank you very much for coming in today and for your trust. I don't want to take it lightly. I'll be in touch very, very soon to schedule our next chat.